You probably don't understand the visual problem with modern movies. It's not color grading, it's not digital cameras, it's not LED lights, it's not no film grain, it's everything. Images like this one are a result of many decisions from the top down.
My birthday was a couple weeks ago, and all they had in the theaters was the Michael movie and some other remake, some other safe remake they always do around that time of day.
Are you like me, and do you happen to find movies ugly and boring right now? Not even just from the storytelling, but from the actual aesthetics of the movie itself, and the color grading and everything else kind of combining into depressing slop. That's the way I feel about modern films, and maybe you feel the same way. I know there's a lot of people online and people in general feeling this way. A lot of people, a lot of individuals are at the point now where they realize that movies in the past were so much better than movies of the current era. With that being said, let's dive into it today.
You probably don't understand the visual problem with modern movies. It's not color grading, it's not digital cameras, it's not LED lights, it's not no film grain, it's everything. Images like this one are a result of many decisions from the top down. Decisions by the director, the DP, the production designer, the colorist, the producers, the studio or the agency. Probably not the sound guy, but who knows? I mean, maybe the sound guy moonlights as a cinematographer and has really great suggestions. Sure, this style is only possible now because of advancements in technology like high-res digital cameras and super sharp lenses. But the thing most people don't understand about digital versus film is there isn't really a digital camera look that you're locked into like you are with film. When you shoot on film, there is a specific set of characteristics that image has by virtue of the fact that it is shot on film. Digital has characteristics to it, but you can manipulate a digital image to look literally however you want. Like, you can do anything to it. You can make it look exactly like film to the point where 99.9999% of the population would think, oh yeah, that's shot on film. And it's a similar case with LED lights. A lot of people think, oh, LED lights are just not as warm as the old school tungsten lights. And that's simply not true. They can be cooler. They also can be warmer. They can also be hot pink or bright red or black. You just turn the light off to make it black. Sure, there are minor differences in the physical quality of an LED light versus a tungsten fixture, but if you're not a trained cinematographer, you're not going to notice that. Even a lot of trained cinematographers aren't going to notice that. With all of these modern tools available, you can have movies that look like this, and you can also have, to use a recent example, Project Hail Mary, shot on digital, and I think everyone and their mothers would agree that movie's gorgeous. I think the better question to ask here is, why are production teams opting for that look for movies these days? That's a question that I am unfortunately not able to answer. But what I can tell you is this is not a technical issue. It's a creative one. And I wouldn't even really say issue. It's more just people making creative choices that a lot of us might not like.
It kind of goes the same for architecture. Modern architecture is also very bland and boring. Even when it comes to interior design, everything seems bland and boring. It's like we're moving away from color to a more pale kind of grim look to everything.
4 really terrible movies so far in 2026. Hopefully things get better. We have 4 really terrible movies so far in 2026. Hopefully things get better, but right now, it's not looking great. The Bride, of course, one of the worst things I've ever seen in my whole life. I would have Alan Smithied it. I don't know why Maggie Gyllenhaal put her name on this, because it is literally one of the worst things I've ever seen. The whole Bride concept is horrendous, and it does a disservice to Frankenstein and to Mary Shelley. Frankly, Mary Shelley should come back to life and possess Maggie Gyllenhaal and force her to not release this movie on DVD, just to destroy it. Scream 7 is an AI movie, an AI serial killer, in fact, and it's horrendous. It's just pretty much unwatchable. Everything about it is fan service. It's terrible. It opens with one of the worst kills in any of these movies I've seen. It's completely unpredictable because, well, it barely even introduces the killers before they introduce them at the end. Number 3 is Melania Trump, the documentary Melania. It's terrible. I mean, what did we expect? It's about a woman trying on a dress. Okay, come on. And finally, the most recent terrible movie from 2026 was Super Mario Bros. Galaxy. I know some people have been enjoying this one, and sure, to each their own. It's colorful, it's fast-paced, it's loud, but All of those things are kind of detriments, in my opinion. The movie is way too fast-paced to the point where the story is paper thin and you can't really get a good sense of anything that's happening. And at a certain point, even Chris Pratt, one of the main characters of the movie, stopped saying lines of dialogue. It's like they didn't want to pay some of these actors to actually speak. Hopefully the year gets better.
That's a perfect example that kind of shows that there's still good movies being made, like Project Hail Mary. Even last year, there was the movie that I really enjoyed, Weapons. But overall, movies, even ones that have a massive budget that are supposed to be good, like the Mario movie, end up falling flat. I know these are movies that are technically made for kids, but even the first movie was passable. I wouldn't even say it was good. The second one, from what I hear, is hot garbage. And you used to expect summer blockbusters or massive productions to be at least tolerable and passable to the modern audience. But even movies with huge budgets and a massive IP can't even pass as a decent movie now.
My birthday was a couple weeks ago, and all they had in the theaters was the Michael movie and some other remake, some other like safe remake they always do like around that time of day. But every year before that, I was used to them actually having blockbusters out there: Transformers, Wolverine, I'm sure, Avengers, something with some chutzpah in it. You know, no offense, but it's just like there was nothing on my birthday weekend. So it was near Derby. So that was just really disappointing. I don't know what happened there.
What's even more bizarre about what he's saying is that used to be the easy film to make, but now they don't even know how to make these films. Marvel blockbusters before 2020 were the last kind of vestige of passable blockbuster films. Now we've entered an era of complete slop, and they can't even make a guaranteed hit anymore. So maybe we're going to go back to independent filmmaking, and if that's the case, maybe we'll see some good films pop up in theaters, but I doubt it because even cinemas in general right now are dying. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's too expensive, and the films they're making nowadays are just not that great.
Bro, when they were making dumbass type of movies back in the early 2000s and early 2010s, it was like, okay, this is fine because it didn't take itself too seriously now, bro. Now they're dumb as fuck and they're trying to show it to you like it's the next, like, Godfather or some shit, bro. Like, it's genuinely horrible, like, concepts, bro. Like, also, I feel like we're reverting back to, like, 80s style movies, bro. Like, have you ever watched a real 80s movie, bro? Go watch Porky's, bro. There's no concept to that. That bitch damn near won an Oscar, bro. Go check this shit out, bro.
Well, Porky's, it's a pretty controversial film nowadays. Have you ever seen it? It had a pretty controversial scene with a spy hole, which kind of looks like a glory hole, where these young teenagers were actually spying on girls getting undressed. But I think films like that actually inspired a whole era of films in like the 90s and Y2K era, films like American Pie, which I have to say are really good films, especially considering the comedy crap that's being made right now. And he's totally right. There's movies that are laughable, but they take themselves seriously to the point where it makes you wonder whether or not there's any real creativity left in the filmmaking industry. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked today's video. If you did, leave a like on this video before you leave. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.